In the vast expanse of the Andromeda Galaxy, on the lush green planet of Eridani, an alien girl named Lyra found herself trapped in a dire situation. Eridani was known for its advanced civilizations and vibrant cultures, but beneath its beauty lay the shadows of prejudice and fear. Lyra, with her iridescent skin and large luminescent eyes, was a victim of this very intolerance. Lyra had come to the city of Valdora seeking knowledge and connection with other beings. However, her unique appearance made her a target. The inhabitants of Valdora, wary of outsiders, regarded her with suspicion and hostility. After a misunderstanding during a market exchange, where a local merchant accused her of theft, an act she hadn't committed, Lyra was driven into hiding. Days turned into weeks, and her circumstances worsened. She found herself scavenging for food and shelter in the overgrown outskirts of the city, avoiding contact with others. Each passing moment deepened her sense of isolation, a stark contrast to the vibrant life she had hoped to experience. One fateful night, while searching for food near the remnants of an ancient structure, Lyra was caught in a sudden storm. The winds howled like a pack of wild beasts, and the rain lashed down in torrential sheets. In her panic, she stumbled, injuring her leg on a jagged rock. Alone and in pain, she struggled to make her way back to the safety of her hiding place. Meanwhile, in the heart of Valdora, Dr. Elias Hargrove, a dedicated human medic, was finishing up his shift at the city's medical facility. Humans were rare on Eridani, and most viewed them with a mix of fascination and skepticism. Yet Elias was well respected for his skills and compassion, often going beyond his duty to care for those in need. As the storm raged outside, Elias glanced out the window and noticed a flicker of movement in the shadows of the ancient structure. His instincts kicked in. Something told him that someone or something needed help. Without a second thought, he grabbed his medical kit and headed into the storm. After battling through the wind and rain, Elias finally reached the site where he had seen the movement. There, curled against the stone, was Lyra, her iridescent skin marred by dirt and her leg bleeding from a deep gash. Elias knelt beside her, concern etched on his face. "Hey, it's okay," he said gently, trying to reassure her. "I'm here to help." Lyra's eyes widened in fear as she recoiled from him. She had seen humans before, their faces often contorted in disgust or anger when they encountered her kind. But there was something different about this one. His voice was soft, and he didn't look at her as a monster. "Please, I won't hurt you," Elias continued, holding up his hands in a gesture of peace. "I'm a medic. You're injured, and I can help you." After a tense moment, Lyra, desperate and in pain, relented. She nodded slowly, her trust fragile but emerging. Elias carefully examined her leg, his heart aching at the sight of her suffering. He worked quickly but gently, cleaning the wound and wrapping it with bandages. As he tended to her injury, they exchanged cautious glances. Lyra, though still wary, was intrigued by the human's calm demeanor. Elias, in turn, saw beyond her exterior. He recognized the intelligence and spirit within her. "Why were you hiding?" Elias asked softly, sensing her vulnerability. Lyra hesitated, but then shared her story. She spoke of her journey to Valdora, her hopes for acceptance, and the harsh reality she faced. As she spoke, Elias listened intently, his heart swelling with empathy. "You're not alone," he said softly. "People can be cruel, but there are those who care. You deserve help and a chance to be seen for who you are." As the storm began to subside, Elias offered her a choice. "You can come with me to the medical facility. It's safe there, and I can help you heal." Lyra looked at him, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. But something about his kindness felt genuine, and the thought of safety was too tempting to ignore. With a deep breath, she nodded. They made their way through the now clearing storm, Elias supporting her as she limped along. The streets of Valdora, once filled with fear and hostility for her, now felt different. With Elias by her side, she felt a spark of hope igniting within her. Upon reaching the medical facility, the staff was taken aback at the sight of the alien girl. Whispers of disbelief circulated, but Elias quickly took charge, ensuring she received the best care possible. He remained at her side, advocating for her, deflecting the judgmental gazes of others. Days passed, and as Lyra healed, a bond formed between her and Elias. He introduced her to the staff, who gradually warmed to her presence. Lyra found solace in the friendship she began to forge. a stark contrast to her previous experiences. Elias taught her about human customs, and in return, she shared tales of Eridani's rich culture. They discovered that despite their differences, they shared common dreams and fears, forging an unbreakable bond that transcended their worlds. As Lyra regained her strength, she contemplated her future. With Elias's encouragement, she decided to advocate for acceptance of her kind in Valdora, hoping to bridge the gap between species. Together, they envisioned a campaign to educate the citizens about the value of diversity and compassion. Their efforts faced challenges, but Elias stood by her unwavering. Slowly but surely, the tide began to turn. The people of Valdora started to see Lyra not as an outsider, but as a symbol of resilience and hope. In a universe often filled with division, the bond between a human medic and an alien girl became a beacon of change. They proved that sometimes it only takes one person to stand up and extend a hand of kindness to make a world of difference. And so, in the heart of Valdora, a new story began, one of acceptance, unity, and the belief that even the most unlikely friendships could illuminate the darkest corners of the universe.